Well, thanks for visiting us here this morning at KTALnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces, and this is your Friday forecast update. Happy Friday. Happy first day of spring. It is going to be a very warm first day of spring and a very warm weekend as well. We're looking ahead through next week with these warm temperatures here. Record high today is 88 for Shreveport, 90 for Texarkana. I think we'll come in just shy of that, but the fact that we're talking about it today is kind of interesting, given that we did start out the week with some record lows on Monday and closing out the week here with some possible record highs on Friday. Of course, high pressure just building on both sides of us. If you think of high pressure, you get that sinking air. And if you think of compressing and sinking air, if you've ever filled up your tire when it's flat and touched the metal part that you put on where you inflate the tire there, sometimes you'll feel that's kind of hot. And that's the same thing that's kind of happening to us today. Atmosphere is just pushing down on us and compressing the air. And we'll heat up due to that, as well as this south breeze that's out there. Wind today should stay at about 10 miles per hour, and it will be fairly light through the weekend. So I know a lot of you will probably be taking the cover off the boat and maybe taking it out to the lake with the warm temperatures we're having this weekend. Don't forget the sunscreen. We have a bunch of sunny days as well. So that south breeze is just pushing that warm air north across the country. Great Lakes region. They've been frozen all week there. They're thawing out this morning as that warm air all the way up to the Canadian border. And you can see our temperatures today really nice through the morning. That's the nice thing here, is the humidity is going to stay fairly low for us through the weekend. So the nights and mornings will be cool and comfortable. And I know you probably have to get out there and maybe do some work in the yard. I know the grass is growing again here, so if you need to do some mowing, the mornings will be just fine for that over the weekend, but the temperatures likely in the 80s each afternoon. I do have us close to 90 on Sunday, so again, we could see some records tied or broken not only today, but likely Saturday and Sunday as well. And then Sunday night, we'll have a dry cold front that spills through. We'll continue to drop our humidity early next week, and that front will cool us just a few degrees, but I'm expecting the 80s for most of next week as well. So big ridge of high pressure here, record-breaking historic heat wave in the southwestern United States, and we're just tapped into the fringe of that. So expecting a warm and dry first week of spring here. You'll notice that high does shrink a bit this weekend. That's what will allow that little front to just kind of brush by Sunday into Monday. It will be a dry front, and then that area of high pressure just kind of reorganizes itself closer to us next week. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see the numbers keep going up next week. Right now, I have us in the 80s for most of the week here. The bigger issue will be the dry weather as we continue to see those extreme as well as severe drought conditions. This is the drought update from yesterday. That took into account a lot of areas that did see 3 to 5 inches of rain over the last week, and we really didn't see any improvement to the drought. So that's not great. I do think we're going to go pretty much the rest of the month here without any rainfall, and our temperatures will accordingly, with all the sun, wind up in the mid to upper 80s each day. Thankfully, humidity is low through next week, so your highs in the 80s, overnight lows staying nice and comfortable in the 50s and 60s. Have a great weekend.